question for you. Oreo wants to be in the video. I have a question for you. What do you expect out of your business and making money? Do you expect it to be easy or do you expect it to be hard? Either way, what you expect is what you're going to get. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the law of expectancy and how to use it in your business to make more money. Before getting started, my name is Amanda Obeya, and on this channel we talk about all things business, sales, marketing, and also mindset so you can make money your honey. So if that's something that interests you, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and give us a thumbs up because it really helps us with the algorithm. And I would like to take this moment to remind you, we are starting another live round of our exceptional Persuade to Profit training program. This is our 90-day sales training program, and we're known for helping women service providers who are already making six figures triple their revenue while working half the time. So what we're going to do is we're going to help you take all that knowledge you have in your head, all the stuff you've been doing for years, trading time for money, and we're going to help you create a training program that you can sell for thousands of dollars. Here's an example. One of our recent clients, Charlisa, has been a hairstylist for 24 years, and she had some really great content on customer service, systems, sales, things like that for people in her industry. So we helped her create a training program, and in 3 weeks she made almost, not even joking, 3 times as much money from 5 clients. We were able to save her 300 hours of work and get 20 clients off her hair styling calendar. So if that's something that interests you, if you are ready to get your life back and have the proper structures in your business and the sales skills to start making more money, then make sure to join us. The information on how to apply is below. Okay, so let's get into the law of expectancy, what it is, and how to use it in your business. Okay, so the law of expectancy is related to the law of assumption. The law of assumption states that you basically attract and get what you are, not what it is that you want. Now, if you want to learn more about the law of assumption, I do have another video that I did about that. I was averaging, what, 20,000 in sales every week using the law of assumption, so make sure to check that video out. Now, the law of expectancy states that you are going to get what you expect, not what you want. And the problem that a lot of people have when it comes to the mindset they have around money and their business and growth and even manifesting is they're coming at it from an energy of, this is what either I want or this is what I don't have, so that's what I want it. And that doesn't work. With the law of expectancy, you are going to get exactly what you expect to get. So let me give you an example. Recently, I was training my team and they were struggling with booking sales calls. And what was so interesting was I've been doing sales for a long time. Like, I will pick up the phone or spend an hour sending DMs and I'm like booked solid for a week just from that one simple task. But it was taking people in my team a lot longer. So I started asking questions and I'm like, well, what are some of your thoughts and beliefs and expectations about work and money? And they said, well, I think I have to work 3 times as much as anybody else to make money and get results. And I said, aha. And that's exactly what's going on. You're expecting that you have to work 3 times as hard, and what's happening? That's exactly what's happening. Your brain is either finding ways to make it more difficult or your reality is reflecting that back to you. So I asked a question, I said, what if it was easy? What if it was easy? What if it just came to you? What if you just expected to make money and you expected it to be easy? Literally within 2 days, they had closed a $5,000 sale, completely paid in full, and they were like shocked. They're like, oh my gosh, it worked. And I said, yes, it worked, because instead of focusing on what you either desire or what you don't have or your lack of money, which is what most people do, you instead went into a space of, I expect this to be easy, I expect it to happen, I expect to go into the sales call, and I expect to close it. And that's exactly what happened. And they're like, that is literally the easiest sale I have ever done. All right, so here are some tips with how to use the law of expectancy in your business. So tip number one is to pay attention to the things that you already expect and don't doubt. For example, you expect the sun to rise and fall every day. You expect the tides to go in and out. You expect that the earth isn't going to randomly fall out of its orbit. You don't worry about these things. You just expect them to be there. Money's no different, because money is essentially an energy. It's currency. It's a current, and it comes in and out. And if you expect it to be there for you, it will. So in your business, if you expect more sales, that's what you are going to get. I'm working on this in my own business right now, in a sense that I'm shifting the way that I've been making money for so long. And I'm making some changes, and I'm expecting that those changes are going to work. And when I expect them to work, they do. The second thing, right, is to take the right action with the expectation that it's going to work. So for example, I just mentioned that I'm making some changes to the way that I make money, the way that I attract money, the way that money comes to me. I'm changing some things up because my life is changing. So one of the things I have to do is I have to take the right actions, moving in that direction with the expectation that it is going to work. There's a lot of you who've had issues taking a bunch of courses and trainings and all these kinds of things, and you're like, I don't get results. And then when I start asking a lot of questions, I find out that you're already half expecting it not to work for you anyway. Where you do things like you start a YouTube channel or a podcast, or you start putting yourself out there in sales, and rather than being like, I expect this to work, I expect it's going to get in front of the right people, I expect that I'm going to succeed at this, most of you go into it already kind of doubting it in the back of your head and being like, oh my God, is this really going to work? You know, it hasn't worked for me before. Is it going to work again? You know, it works for so-and-so, but it's not going to work for me. And every time you let that stuff get in there, it really lowers your vibration. So if you're going to do something, expect it to work. Every time I make an investment in my business, I expect it to work. And even if it doesn't work in the way that I thought it was going to work, I expect it to work in some way, shape, or form, and that's what always happens. The third thing, right, is to visualize every single day, right? I have specific affirmations, specific visualizations that I created myself and I put to audio. If you want a tutorial on that, let me know. But I want you to visualize and expect good things to happen to you every day. Expect money to come easily. I do these videos and I swear my visualizations, I'm like, I already see the people coming. I already see them being attracted to the videos. I see them downloading our podcast. I see them signing up for sales calls. I see them showing up in Persuade to Profit, and I feel it and I expect that it is going to happen. This was happening with a team member of mine. What was so interesting was I had her do an exercise, and I was like, look, every morning I want you to write down what you want to happen that day. What are your intentions for that day? And when she does that, making money is easy. When she falls off the wagon and stops doing it, guess what happens? Things get harder because she's not setting the expectation before going into the day. And then finally, this is probably the hardest one, is to let go of control. You have to detach. Because here's the thing, when you're overly controlling, when you have so much energy towards something that you're kind of gripping it, you're like, oh, it must happen. That's not expecting it to happen. That's you trying to control something because you're afraid it's not going to happen. Expectancy is like, you know what? I'm going to make these changes. I'm going to move in this direction. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to expect that it's going to work, and I'm not going to try to control it. Perfect example, I'm bringing my podcast back with new interviews with some really great guests. And I was sending out emails last week, and you know, I wasn't overly obsessive about it. I'm like, they're gonna see the email. When they see the email, I'm gonna go take myself out. I'm gonna go enjoy myself. I'm gonna let this go. And while I was out enjoying myself, guess what happens? I start getting responses from the people I really wanted on my podcast, from their team being like, yes, we can make this happen. I wasn't overly controlling about it. I just expected they were gonna say yes, and they said yes, and now we're trying to figure it out. It's the same thing with money, right? My team will tell you, if I start getting in the way and I start trying to control what they're doing with sales, what they're doing in their respective roles, I get in the way. Sometimes it's energetically, sometimes it's literally. And when I'm getting in the way, then the productivity stops, the success stops, the money stops. The minute I take myself out and detach and be like, it's gonna work, it's just gonna work, I expect it to work, why wouldn't it work? Of course it's gonna work for me. It works. So let go of control because it's going to work. So that is the law of expectancy. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Have you done any of this stuff? Have you heard of the law of expectancy? Try it. What kind of results do you get? And come back and comment below. If you really like this video, go ahead, please give it a thumbs up because it really helps us with the algorithm. It helps it get in front of more people so we can help them make money there, honey. And again, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because we're gonna have more cool stuff coming out over the next few weeks. And also go find Make Money Your Honey on all podcasting platforms because, as I mentioned, we've got the cool guests coming back. And if you are interested in our business training program where we can help you set the foundations to triple your revenue while working half the time, go to persuadetoprofit.com, or you can also apply using the information below. And with that being said, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next video.